Bocah ngapain lagi? Menang banyak dia.
Baraka, one of the best players there for BRK. And BRK is currently in 19th place. Is in 18th place. So definitely two of the teams there are divided out, trying to get a name for themselves. Actually talked to Team Terra India, and they told me at the start more aggressive, but I want to see more, right? I want to go ahead and see them finish those kills there.
The one thing that I kind of see as a problem with these two teams right now, and it might result in their placement so far, location. They're choosing to go very late so far, and you get each other early in the city or town, and call it. They're changing early over pretty much very little loot. So they're fighting, and instead of fighting in a place like stake,
me once again, pretty much being the take people down from India is doing is that they are flanker starting. They're a need.
Gue gak tahu. Gue lah.
What they have pushed somebody really from them.
Now they have 3 players. There you go. That's where I want to go ahead and finish off Sakria. You know you want to go ahead. They're looking to in this moment. He's waiting patiently. He knows that pretty much going to be able to go ahead and get him. Now they're BRK, Fusi, and Beta. As Beta does go down, their 2 players. It's all up to Fusi's trying to run away. The team from to get this squad, and the angle are unders here. Somebody else, the terror from India, as walking by his feet, way his strap, holding him down.
Unfortunately, unable to see him, and look at that India quad wide for the turn, getting the 4 kill. The BRK team go out first once again, but Terror Squad looking strong here, getting a lot of knocks, and fortunately the BRK team ran to them for the finish.
Love seeing that there. Got from the team. Hopefully they're able to go ahead and continue that aggressiveness, and maybe they start pushing the action a little bit more once they knock down some more players. Who knows? I want to go ahead and see a top 3 there from the terror team from India. I would love to see that.
I would love to see that as well.
We got Gainstars and GTW very close by.
These guys have seemed to have had an unspoken agreement so far to loot each side of Northern Georgia poll here. GTW has been looting the west side of Northern George, as well as Gangstars looting the east side of Northern George. Pretty much all tournament long, we haven't seen a skirmish there, as both teams not really wanting to engage that early on. But check the zone out in this one, way down in the southeast. This is a pretty hard shift so far for the first circle, and a lot of the teams in the northwest are going to have some rotation to do probably pretty early. And look at this crate.
Kodo trying to get his stuff from this crate, but he's got to watch out. You don't want to get squished by that crate, ladies and gentlemen. He was able to get the AUG, and more than likely he was able to go and get that AWM, as we see Aaron Manis in KWCD here on a hot pursuit. Aaron Manis just trying to get him, trying to at least get 1 player down so they can go ahead and push the action a little bit more, but they are going to go ahead and continue the pursuit. They know they have him in the run. Will they go ahead and just fully continue the pursuit, or just back up a little bit, because it is super early in the match?
It looks like Korea Winter Chicken Dinner on the run here. Aaron Madness trying to chase him down a little bit, not quite fully committing to it, probably a little bit unsure on if they want that fight out of a car. A little bit of RNG involved there for sure. But rotating around, trying to get position into this new zone here. Looks like Korean Winter Chicken Dinner right now kind of split up. We're going to focus our attention now on RRQ Athena to see what they've got going on.
RRQ Athena, we saw them win 5 games in a row yesterday, something you just don't see often. They are actually going to my favorite place, Pochinki, baby. That's what I like to see there, and they have it all to themselves. Now, the good thing about this here is that they do have pretty much the center of the map, so they can, if depending on where the circle is, which actually just now seeing the circle, they are inside the circle, so they can just go ahead and take their sweet time, loot up even more, and wait to see what other teams are gonna go ahead and do. As we see GTW now is starting to go ahead and start rotating up north. They don't want anything to do there with Gangstars.
Absolutely, rotating out of Northern Georgia Pole fairly early on. They notice the circle is going to be coming in, and they have a long way to go to zone at the moment, so they're going to park on the hill, see what they can see, maybe get some kills as far as some people rotating out of the city. Looks like GG Gamers and Evo's here getting ready to go at it. Evo's Burnout doing really well so far this tournament. A couple of disappointing places, but overall, really solid performance, and they were our first chicken dinner winner on day one. They're sitting currently in 6th place.
And definitely Evo's getting lucky there in some occasions too, as some teams decided not to finish them up, but Evo's, we know that they can go ahead and get the angles, we know that they can go ahead and get the strategies. Are they gonna go ahead and start doing this? More than likely, if you see anybody from the GG team go down, you're gonna go ahead and see Evo's hop on those cars and just push the action right away.
Watch Ernie here as he focuses on his team's position. Notice right away, notice the car on the mini-map driving around to the flank. They're famous for doing this. Evo's always putting one player wide out on the flank to get angles on the other team. Ernie calling out that he does see that GG Gamers is split 2v2. He's got eyes on all of them. 2 of them running to the warehouse. He knows they're vulnerable right now. Look for them to push the offensive here while they're split apart.
And talking about Evo's, that rotation you mentioned there with the car, just pretty much being able to squeeze them, right? Being able to go ahead and sandwich them between. As one of the players there from GG gets in a car and he bailed on his team. He said, no, I actually don't want this, guys. You deal with it. I'm gonna go ahead and just run away. More than likely, I don't have any kind of guns. And look at this place here by Evo's. They're gonna go ahead and they saw one player already get out of here, so they're gonna go ahead and just stop that. They're
exactly.
gonna say a roadblock, baby.
Really good
you
job.
ain't going anywhere.
Refueling the vehicle already as well, getting ready for their push out of here. But what they've seen is they saw a couple of players run across the warehouse, so they know that there is half a squad essentially that they've got pinned, and they're looking to kind of press that advantage right now, taking a 4v2 approach. Looks like Cloud9 has gotten a flare gun called in a crate again, and we will see what they've got this time. So they are getting blessed with the loot this time around. You saw Kodo a little bit earlier have his choice of an AUG and an AWM. Not sure if they ended up picking that up because it was on the side of a cliff, but as we see once again, some great loot here. We'll see if they go pick that up here shortly.
Yeah, something you definitely don't see often too. A team getting 2 airdrops. We saw it yesterday a little bit with LHW, but I mean, they do have the Noble Port here pretty much all to themselves, so it's kind of expected. Luckily for them, they are going to go ahead and be able to just loot up a little bit more. And look at this place here by Evo's, as they are currently outside this zone. Now, the interesting place by here is that Evo's forgot to go ahead and put away his car, and those tires are going to go ahead and get popped. GG has to be careful, though. He only has 4 bandages to his name, so if he gets shot, it is going to go ahead and be good night, Irene, for him.
Great angles here being taken by Bull Shark. He's got good visuals on all of these guys right now. Able to tell if anybody does support the squad from over in that warehouse. He's watching it every so often, scoping in just like so. Making sure that they do stay up there, trying to see a peek. We see Salah in the window up there. Knows that he's got one pinned down in the house, and he's communicating to this team as you see them closing in on the ground, trying to get to this position. JZ inching his way in.
And interesting stuff here by Evo's being just so aggressive, even though they are currently outside the zone. It looks like they definitely want to pretty much get those finishes, get those skills, and try to get the place in there towards the end as well. As we see GG just waiting patiently here, seeing what they're gonna go ahead and do, and the flank once again by Evo's X, just making sure he's able to go ahead and get those angles. Now Evo's JC starts to go ahead and push forward. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Impact fire though, because Evo's X gets taken out. That is gonna be huge there for GG, as they currently, I believe they have just 2 players there on that location.
That's a clutch knock right there from GG Gamers, as Evos has basically decided to prey upon them. And look at this, Ernie comes in immediately. Answering back, but Jet gets taken down, hides his way in, and immediately finished right now by Ernie. Ernie is always clutch on the rotations, always extremely quick to react, and again, proving it here right now. Jay-Z is able to take down Charisma as well. Charisma low on heals from standing in the zone for so long. Evo's able to loot up very well early on in this game. You can see their med supply there. Still 3 first aids and 5 bandages on them. They're content to sit in the zone as long as it takes to wait these guys out.
They definitely are, and one thing to point out is that that player that
120 masih aja.
away there from GG is the only one alive, so it might have been a great strategy there by him as he left his team and he's gonna be the last man standing for GG. Now to see BTR here running with the buggies, I love the new sound of the buggies after the update in PUBG Mobile. Is just one of my favorite vehicles actually now in Erangel. Check out.
Lebih baik di sini. Rumah kita sendiri.
Down south on the map as well here in just a moment. We got CPT and LH getting dangerously close to each other as well, so we'll keep an eye on that here shortly. It looks like Gangstar's on the move as well, moving in just north of Yesnaya. We've also got BTR moving again. All of these guys choosing fleets of vehicles, bringing 3-4 vehicles per squad as they drive dangerously close to Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, and we'll see if Korea wants to give up their spot in the compound and 2 BTRs they drive by.
And something that you mentioned there, I hope that we can actually go ahead and see LHW and CPT as they are pretty much within nose of each other, but I don't see any type of engagement there from the Chinese teams. It seems like they're just waiting patiently. They're trying to go ahead and see if they want to go ahead and engage that early.
Mau muterin kayaknya dia nih. Gabung. Nih 2. Langsung mabar.
Oh, kalau misalkan ini tuh gue bisa bantu lu nawar harganya ya.
Iya, makanya. Lu ada misi juga itu bantu nawar dia.
KRJP, gue di KRJP itu di mana sih KRJP? Pantesan sakit-sakit lah.
Mau cek tangan siapa? Mau mabar sama gua. Misi lu apa?
Ya bang. Ya bang. Halo. Ini siapa?
Engagement there from the Chinese teams. It seems like they're just waiting patiently. They're trying to engage that early.
Anak-anak sono katanya, cuman ya kayak si Eno, Eko, Latif, Imam. Iya. Lah kan gue mau ke sana nih. Gue udah di video call sama si Eko. Wah, kalau jam 5 mah nggak usah lah katanya. Sakit.